Do you think you're going to go to? Will you go to America to the World Cup?
I'd love to. It'd be amazing, wouldn't it?
I don't know. What do you think?
I think it's a great venue. Yeah.
Hey, Robbie's back, guys.
Hey,
Robbie.
Influencer. What a man.
Oh, I've been in South Africa.
How was it?
Yeah, very good. Been learning a new musical instrument.
What's that?
Grade 6.
Yeah.
The vuvuzela. Oh no. God, it's like 2010 all over again.
When you say learning,
yeah,
It's only got one
got
note.
lessons out there.
play us a tune.
You play Twinkle Twinkle Little Star on it.
Hang on. One note. You've only got one note. You've only got one note. Right, let's start this meeting.
But we are the people's front of football. Together we'll save the beautiful game. We are the people's front of football. And together we'll save the beautiful game.
As always, guys, as you know, the objective of today's meeting is to save the spirit of the beautiful game. I'm the chair today, the PFF, the British version of the British chapter of the People's Front of Football. Robbie, you're back. Can you take minutes?
Yes, of course I can.
Joe took them last week. He was rubbish. Let's just do the register first.
sorry to hear that.
Quite good.
Oh, I'm not so sure
You
about that.
stopped halfway through.
You did. You didn't commit to it. Tim, are you here? I'm here. Joe, are you here?
Yes, I'm here.
Jubes, are you here?
Here.
Robbie, are you here?
Yes, I'm here.
Steve Sidwell, are you here?
He's not. He's with Crouchy today.
Is he doing Crouchy's podcast?
He's with
Splitter?
Crouchy, yeah.
He's defected.
Splitter. Okay, I'm bringing a new member today in just a minute. I'll tell you what, this guy's going to be amazing for the PFF. On the agenda today, we've got refs, we've got South Africa, we've got owners, we've got characters, and we've got a question from one of the members. We've also had some feedback from the members, so I'll start with that. Gary says, you're talking about the 15 Ten Commandments. We're up to about 17 or 18 now, aren't we? We'll have to sort them out, but he says, Gary says, thou shalt not bring the kids to my house when I invite you to watch the match. Yes, they are my nephews. No, I don't want to look at your drawing. And yes, United are getting beaten 2-0 at home. Again, I want to introduce a kids' cage. I don't think that's going to make it into the commandments.
Like a creche, a football creche.
Football creche. John says, should we permanently ban international friendlies? The world has moved on from caring. What do we think about that?
I can see why Thomas Tuchel's having a go, because it's a friendly, isn't it, against Wales. There was just nothing riding on it at all. So no one's going to get pumped up for that, really. I know it's against Wales, home nations, but it's
qualifiers,
isn't it? It's not.
Yeah.
I just don't like when they change the whole team at half time. It just dilutes the match for me.
Gareth Southgate used 99 players.
In one game.
Yeah. Do you know what? He should have just said, I'm staying until I do that. I want to use 100 players. That's what he should have done.
Did he run out of subs so we could just...
Just one more. Ricky says, Save Chip is so iconic, the kids will never understand. Love the fact that it's back. It's never gone away, has it? It was mentioned on last week's show.
Always bubbling away.
Don't let Sarah win. There's been some comments on kids holding up signs. Digby says every person holding up one of those signs in the ground, regardless of age, should be removed and issued with a 12-month banning order. Welsh expert says it's fine as long as the child is under the age of 13. I'm actually with them. I actually think it's quite cute. I've changed my mind on it. You lot tried to influence me by saying you didn't like it. I think it's all right for kids to do that. They get involved. They just want to connect with the player, with the baller. Don't be miserable old gits.
Yeah. Thing is, you've always got a chance, haven't you? If you're holding up a sign saying, Ronaldo, can I have your shirt? There's always a chance that he might just give it to you.
I have a Zola shirt at home, and
Did you have a sign?
Yeah. When Zola moved to Chelsea, the shirts didn't fit him because he's a smaller man. And Umbro, they were the big baggy shirts in those days, weren't they? Umbro altered some, and they sent one in to Soccer M, and I took it home. So it's all sort of altered, especially for Gianfranco, made shorter in the body and stuff like that. And I've still got that home, and I look at it and I think, that's a great shirt, isn't it? I've got a Joey Jones signed shirt as well. So, these things...
Is that how he got that Pele shirt, by holding up a cardboard sign at the 1970 World Cup?
Do you know what? I bought that in because you were having a pop at Pele last week, but I have no idea how I've got that shirt. I think Fenner's got it for me when we were at
he went to interview him, didn't he?
Kane says, purposely started watching this show on a Saturday morning to start my day like the old days.
Oh, that's nice.
And Ashley says, I think Tubes needs to apologise for apologising for something that should most definitely be a commandment. Now, you were talking about fans filming. You were anti it 2 weeks ago, and then last week...
You're flip-flopping.
Well, I sort of flip-flopped. It does drive me a bit insane when I look at people and the whole 90 minutes they're trying to get that one bit of magic. But then, however, after complaining about it, they did get that one bit of magic, which I...
Last-minute goal.
Which I spent looking the next day at all of the footage of it. It was very good. So I don't know where I stand with it, really. So I don't know if I'll apologise for apologising.
Ashley says apologise for apologising because it's in the rules of the game where you cannot record a game as it's classed as streaming. It should be left to the broadcasters. See, that has turned me into liking them because they're the people's broadcasters. And the game and the spirit of the game is owned by us, the fans, not the broadcasters, correct?
Correct.
Though if Sky Sports want to put us back on telly, we'll take it.
We will flip-flop quite heavily if they will.
We'll do that, we'll do TNT,
Saturday
we'll do
morning.
BBC, we'll do whatever.
Massive U-turn.
Hey, CBS, we'll wear suits. If CBS put us on, we will dress up and put shirts and ties like Thierry, Micah and Jamie.
I bought a suit in the summer for a wedding, so it'd be good to have another reason to wear it.
Now, before we get stuck into the rest of the meeting, we have someone who wants to join the People's Front of Football. Well, I say he wants to. I'm trying to convince him to join. I think he wants to be part of it. I thought we need to beef up operations here. We need someone who's going to be a real asset to us, and this fella, he's going to do the business. I'll go and get him. Well, I'll go and get him. I'll show you. You'll recognise him.
Forward to this. He's built him up massively here.
Guys, it's Jason Fox!
Hello, mate.
Jason, come up, please, and sit down here.
The coffee's cold.
Whilst you make yourself comfortable, I'm going to run through your CV. Fox joined the Royal Marine Commandos at the age of 16. He joined the Special Boat Service and reached the rank of Sergeant. He did 20 years military service. Fox is one of the original presenters and directing staff on SAS Who Dares Wins. Outside of his military career, some of Fox's adventures include rowing across the Atlantic Ocean from Portugal to Venezuela, an expedition to the North Pole, and he kayaked the length of the Yukon River over 1,980 miles in Alaska, took 48 days, and he's an Arsenal fan.
He's also been chased by a bear.
Yeah, I have actually. Yeah.
Where were you chased by a bear?
In Alaska, on the Yukon trip.
What type of bear?
Grizzly.
Oh.
Yeah.
Is that the one you're supposed to play dead, or are they supposed to fight?
Yeah. They advise against running, but we ran.
So what happened? Did you outrun it?
We had a boat each, and we dived into that and managed to get into the water in time. So
And the grizzly didn't have a boat.
No, he didn't have a boat, fortunately. He decided to keep his feet dry, which was a bonus for us.
Did you have any guns with you?
No, not allowed.
No guns?
No.
Knives?
We had knives, but
What's
he's got about 6 knives on each hand.
What's the hardest thing you've done before we get into the PFF?
The hardest thing I've done?
Yeah, of all your
the hardest thing I've done was actually in March this year. I did an Arctic ultra, so it's like you have to do over 500 kilometres in 240 hours, 10 days.
Running?
Running, walking, whatever. You're pulling, you got to carry everything with you, so you pull in a little sled with all your kit on.
Why did you do that?
Good question.
Have you got a good answer?
Not really. Well, I'm still sort of trying to work out whether I'm mates with the guy that convinced me to do it.
Well, you were injured a few years ago. What was your injury? A bad one you had? What did you have?
Well, I broke my leg.
Oh,
it wasn't.
pretty bad.
It's bad, but not in comparison.
Is it
to
all
some
right now?
people. Yeah, it's all good.
Now, the PFF, what we're trying to do is make sure that the spirit of the game belongs with the fans. Are you on board with that?
Yes, 100%.
Good. Would you like to join the PFF?
I would love to join the PFF, but I'm wondering what the PFF could do for me.
Oh!
No, it's doing a deal.
That's good. That's
Well,
good.
not so much a deal. I just want to know what's on the.
What does
the package look like?
You get 5 weeks holiday.
Oh, wow.
You're gonna.
Very attractive pension fund.
You'd like to join in with the meeting, though, right? And then we'll see what happens at the end.
I'd love to join in with
whether
the meeting, yeah.
we mutually want to, whether you want to join us, whether we want you to join us. Right. First of all, we've got to find out about the Ryder Cup. We understand you were dug in the Ryder Cup in the bushes, protecting the.
Set up an observation post.
You were actually there, and we were looking at your socials. You were literally on the side of the green.
I know, it was good. It was. I was fortunate. A friend of mine, the business that he's a part of, was sponsoring a part of the Ryder Cup, And I was out there doing a bit of work for the Special Forces show, the US version of SAS. And he said, mate, do you want to come to the Ryder Cup Saturday, Sunday? I was like, yeah.
The best days
So,
as well.
yeah, the best days.
How bad were the American fans? Because in the press
they were. I mean, it was isolated. I would suggest they were pretty brutal. I mean, I was about 10 foot away from that moment when Rory turned around and said, "Shut the f up," which was kind of good. Liked being there. Didn't see the beer can incident where they lobbed something at his missus. But they were just as brutal with their own players. But
right. We're going to speak to you later, a proper full-on interview to see if you're suitable to join us. But we'll carry on with the meeting. First of all, one of the things which came up last week was I've been saying there's too many players now. So I think since the beginning of the Premier League, I think there's 94 more players a week which gets selected. There's 9 subs now, and there's up to 40 more play. And people seem to be agreeing with me on this. There's too many footballers. Jason, we'll get your opinion in a minute, but Tomo said, when I was a kid, all the managers too, and they rarely change. Nowadays, they pop up at a new club every other week. It is weird, isn't it? When you look down at your bench and you see Benitez there or something, as a Chelsea fan. Do you remember?
When Benitez joined Chelsea, it was just weird to see and hard to take.
But now it's not. Mourinho will go to anyone, won't he? And everyone will go to any club. They're
all guns for hire, aren't they? The Championship's the worst. You're like, how long's he been managing?
Yeah.
When did he get there?
Peter Campbell says, agree with Tim, too many footballers. You have managers swapping centre-halves just because they can, knowing they have 3-4 more subs left. Bring back 3 subs. That's true, isn't it? You never saw a centre-half change, did you, in a football match back in the day?
Unless they were injured.
And Craig says, too many bang-average mercenary footballers as well compared to 10, 15 years ago and in the past. I'm not sure I agree with that.
It's a bit harsh. That's a bit harsh.
That is. I was looking at this week. Most valuable squads in football. Chelsea, 1.56 billion, number 1.
Billion?
Billion. Football's a bit of a metaphor for the world greed. Real Madrid is next, 1.46 billion. City, 1.28 billion. Then your Arsenal there, 1.27 billion. Then it's PSG, Liverpool, Barcelona, Spurs, Bayern Munich, and finally Inter Milan have a paltry £750 million. Robbie, when you were away, everyone was really interested in nicknames, which you did on the show a few weeks ago.
Yeah, I've got some more ones.
Yes,
some more nicknames. Just stand up.
He's getting up. Hold on. So right. Are these nicknames which have been sent in by other people?
So yeah, our comrades on Instagram have been giving us they've been giving us a few suggestions, and these are my favourite nicknames from other sports. Right, first of all, Billy 12 Trees.
Yes.
Nickname 36. Okay, Australian Rugby League player Matt Hilder, nickname Waltzing. Tim Puzzi, a Australian darts player, his nickname is The Magnet.
Hold on, I haven't got that one.
Don't get it.
I do.
What?
Pussy Magnet.
Oh. Tubes, you would get that. Go for a cold shower.
No, I didn't get
Filthy
that.
Tubes.
Go and have a cold shower.
But my personal favourite is a former American footballer, Ben Jarvis Green Ellis, whose nickname is The Law Firm.
Very good.
Oh, I'm glad he's back. Robbie Knox.
Very good.
I'm going to put them down there for safekeeping.
Okay. Tubes, have you ever had a nickname? when people call you Peter, it always blows my mind. I'm always like, oh, you're actually called Peter. I always forget that. You're just Tubes to me.
So many people don't actually know my name's Peter.
Really?
Yeah, seriously.
That's amazing. I was there. Everything was love house, Lovejuice, love everything when I was a kid. It was everything.
Disgusting.
Love anything. That was what they would call me. Tubes, you want to talk about characters?
Yeah, so last week we had the brilliant David Bentley on Golf Life.
Golf Life. How's his golf? What's he play off?
Do you know what? He's decent.
Okay.
He really is a decent golfer, but it was overshadowed by how funny he was. He was constantly on Bullard, just winding me and Ange up. And it just made me think that people like your Bentleys and your Bullards and stuff, there's not many characters in the game anymore.
May I just interrupt you and say, if you haven't watched it, Google Golf Life and David Bentley and go and watch the episode, or just watch the clips on Tubes' socials, because it is funny.
Oh, it's so funny.
He just doesn't
such a
stop laughing.
character.
What a laugh he is, yeah.
He's so brilliant. But
Yeah.
it made me think, like, where have the characters gone? But I don't blame the players, because I think there are characters. They're just not allowed to show it. I remember doing a Golf Life episode about 3 or 4 years back. And there's a guy now who plays for England every time England play. He's a big star. And he came on and he started mucking around. He was like proper pricking around. And I was like, this is amazing. Like, you know, he's a character. But then it
Harry
went to,
Kane.
Yeah, I'm not going to say.
Harry
I'm not
Kane.
going to say. I don't want to upset people.
Saka.
I'm not going to say.
Pickford.
I'm not going to say. But I'm not going to say.
Stones.
I'm not
Cole
going to say.
Palmer.
I'm not going to say. But sent it. We had to send it to the agents and the people who look after him, and they picked it apart. They're like, I can't be doing that. Can't be like, you know, mucking around in the bunker or saying that story. What happened about cutting someone's shoelaces? And I was like, I can't believe this. Like, so I
You
don't
get it though, don't you?
No, not really.
No, I don't.
Because people want to see the real person
Well,
and
do
the
they
characters.
though? Do they?
Yes,
Because
I think they
Is-
do.
They're
Isn't
so
that-
protected.
Yeah.
Yes, but isn't the problem the fan? Isn't it us? Because we see it and then we start picking on them.
Saying, oh, they don't care about football.
Yes,
But
isn't it our problem? Because we're the ones who we're the ones who pile on to something, aren't we? I mean, not me and you, obviously. Well,
maybe there's social media. They go, so and so doesn't care about that his team lost, and then he's mucking around. But
So they're minimising the risk of fans piling onto them by managing.
potentially, yeah.
right. So, do you remember Soccer AM back in the day? Zola did some great skill, and I said we need to feature more skill on the show. And I said let's invent a whole item around it. And this blows people's minds, but there wasn't a lot of skill back in the day, back in the late 90s. And I said let's do a thing called showboat. And I remember walking around the office going, if I say showboat, do you know what it means? Because it's a boxing term, really, isn't it? It's not a football term. And everyone's going, yeah.
Harlem Globetrotters.
Did they use, yeah, but I don't think. But I think it's from boxing. I think it's
Yeah, you're
now.
probably right,
Now it's
yeah.
moved over. But I said if I say showboat, and everyone was going, yeah. So we started showing it, and I got called in by one of the bosses after we'd been running it a while, saying some of the managers are complaining about this because they don't want their players to be seen to be doing fancy dance skills. You know, because the fans don't like it. And the attitude has changed so much in all those years. And I suppose that's kind of similar to these guys. What you're saying with the characters is their agents want them to be seen as professional. So who are the biggest characters in the game has ever seen? I think we all know them.
Well, you've got I think your pinnacle's Gaza.
I think I might disagree.
Go on.
I think there's
Bigger pinnacle.
Well, yeah, we forget we've ended up doing that thing of just the modern player. What about going back to someone like Rodney Marsh and George Best? They were massive characters, but just because we're a bit not really old enough to know. But we've all seen that bit where they're messing about tackling each other at Fulham.
Yeah.
We've all seen that clip online. But also, the biggest character of the game of all time has to be either Paul Gascoigne or Zlatan.
I mean, you don't get any more Zlatan-style interviews, do you? When he's like Eric Cantona as well, when he used to talk about the pigeons and stuff like that.
Yeah, but do you think Zlatan takes himself seriously?
No, I think he's doing it for a wind-up.
I think
brilliant.
He's
Characters.
But he also delivers constantly.
Yeah.
He scores the most amazing goals.
Yeah.
He's been the most amazing player. Says he's the best player in the world there's ever been. And
You know that goal he scored against England in where was it? Stockholm. That overhead kick from outside the box.
Yes.
I was there and I missed it. I was working, as I said, I was working with England, right? And it was just before the end of the game. I was sat behind the dugout. I thought, right, I'll go and get myself in position, you know, as the players come off the pitch at the end. And there was this big roar, and I was like, what's happened? It's like, oh, Zlatan has just scored the best goal you'll ever see.
You'll ever not see.
You'll ever not see. So I'm like, oh, great. So anyway, I set the camera up and all this to get some post-match reaction in this little tight corridor. And there's a door just there, and I'm waiting. And all of a sudden, this door opens. This is like half an hour after the game's finished. Zlatan comes walking out. I'm like, Zlatan, any chance of a quick word? And he just looked at me, like he'd just looked me up and down like something you'd scrape off the sole of his shoe. Didn't say a word and just walked past me.
What's weird, Bob?
And Ashley Young was walking up the corridor behind him, and he'd seen the whole lot, and he just looked at me and went, I'd take that as a no.
What's weird about that is you looked up as you were
he's
looking.
massive.
Yeah, but you're like 6'3" or something. How tall are you?
6'6". No, I'm about 6'2".
6'2".
But it's that, and he's up there. Yeah,
And he's so good, isn't he?
Oh, amazing.
I think he heard that you missed his goal, so he didn't want to
The other thing, Jason, on last week's show, I was talking about people being suited and booted. When you tune in to watch CBS, the American one, well, you don't actually tune in, we can't watch it, can you? But you see the clips go on social media. They're all dressed up in shirt and tie, and I was saying, it looks brilliant because it looks expensive. And so we've had some people join in with that. Graham says, agree with pundits being suited and booted. Same as Sky Sports News, should be suits, shirts, ties, optional. So that's an interesting thing, isn't it? If you are dressing up for Sky Sports News, why aren't they dressing up for the actual live matches?
Fair point.
And Stoff says suits and ties are prestige. Turning up all casual is like, mate, I might as well listen to some fella down the pub. So people sort of agree with dressing up for football. I just think it'd be nice. I was also saying, Jason, that I don't think the pundits like it either. They struggle to know what to wear when they're in their civvies, as you'd like to say.
When they've been given no direction.
That must be like you guys, is it? In the forces, you either wear your camouflage stuff or you wear your
I still
uniform.
struggle with it when I look at the dress code for something I'm turning up to and it says smart casual.
Yeah.
I'm like, what is that? I need more direction, you know.
Yeah.
What is smart casual? Because casual to me is just jeans and a t-shirt. I've done that a few times. I've turned up smart casual, jeans and a t-shirt. Yeah, and
it's a very broad thing, isn't it? Smart casual.
You're either smart or you're casual.
Yeah.
You can't be
exactly
me in the middle.
What, when you're in the forces, though, because obviously they're very strict on uniform, aren't they? You've got to polish your uniform constantly. And what about then when you go out and you're on a mission somewhere? What about then all the kit? It's very important, your kit, isn't it?
It is. So in the early days, when I was in the Marines and that, they're very particular. You've got to do things that you find ridiculous, like you get into your sort of number ones, your mess, your sort of like smart stuff that you march around in, which I didn't like, and I was no good at it. You'd have to like polish the bottom of your boots, your soles, and then you've got like little pins that hold bits of metal onto different things that you've got to polish them, but no one can see them. And I'm like, I'm wasting my time here. Anyway, you have to get your head around that, spit and polish.
But what is the psychology behind that?
It's discipline. It's about not cutting corners. It's about getting everything done to the letter, because then later on when you're on the battlefield where you don't need to look smart, it's about carrying out procedures to the T, because then otherwise cut corners, people die. But when it came to going out on the ground, you go out and onto the battlefield, you didn't obviously need to look smart, but you kind of want to look cool.
Oh,
so it's all about wearing.
It's about looking right.
Yeah, about looking right. If you feel like you look like a proper soldier, then maybe you'll perform like one. There's obviously more to it than that.
That's interesting you say that, because Tubes looks weird when he plays football because he tucks his shirt in, and I can't get my... Don't you?
Yeah.
I know, it looks really weird to me.
Like Mateta at
Does it
Palace.
make him play well, though?
He pulls his shorts right. No, he's honestly, he's such a great footballer. He is, but I can't. Every time I play with him, he's got his shirt tucked in. But you think that makes you feel good, right?
Yeah.
There are people I know though. That go out in the field as we out to battle. Yeah. That look like an absolute bag of
shit.
Yeah. And yet they're brilliant. It's almost a little bit unnerving. Right. Where a lot of us are like, hang on a minute, is everything in the right place? Yeah.
Socks on.
Or Tubes.
Like Tubes.
He's smart casual in the middle.
I always find that I always prefer playing football in white socks. So I joined a team once and I made them change to white socks. And Ruud Huller
made them change.
Yeah, because I said let's buy some white socks. So we were actually playing the Celtic kit, and I think we had green socks and we changed it to white socks. Ruud Huller, when he came to Chelsea, said I have a good feeling because I like playing in white socks. When he went to Newcastle, he made them change to white socks.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, and it looked weird.
But for me, I'd rather play in white socks.
Is it a psychology thing?
Yeah, you look down, whereas rugby players, I think, like playing in dark socks. I don't know why. So a rugby player told me once. Yeah, it's definitely.
That is interesting, though. I suppose if you do look down, though, you've got nice, polished black boots and white socks. I get that, the visualisation. Like, I feel
See,
good.
I always like having my shirt out. I've told this story to you guys before, and my PE teacher used to say you've got to tuck your shirt in.
Scruffy.
And I said Glenn Hoddle doesn't tuck his shirt in, and he said when you're as good as Glenn Hoddle, you can tuck your shirt.
Do what you want.
And it turned out I ended up being better than Glenn Hoddle.
There we go.
Better than Glenn Hoddle.
Polished black boots aren't a thing anymore, though, are they? Because it's all,
You do get the odd pair.
Bright material. Do you?
Yeah.
Oh, I used to love polishing my
weird,
boots. Didn't you love polishing your boots?
I used to love
Go-
all black boots. All black boots. I even with the tick or something like that, I'd try and put like black over it. I used to love black
I
boots.
had a pair of black running trainers on the other day, and I did this run and posted about it, and someone asked me why I was wearing ballet shoes.
Right, last week, Joe invented a new item called Goat Busters, which he thinks is great for this meeting. He decided that Pele is not a goat. Greatest of all time.
Statement.
It was a big statement. But Harry says, just watching this week's episode, I agree with Sheephead. Pele is the most famous for his misses. He missed from the halfway line, he had his header saved by Gordon Banks, and he rounded the keeper with a step over and then missed an open goal. Not so much a goat. There you go.
Yeah, there you go. He's not all that.
He's only known for missing goals.
Yeah. Imagine how many he could have got.
3 more.
Three more. Three more. We've got a question from our listeners as well. This is from Andy. Question for the PFF. Is it acceptable for fans to clap or boo a player that was previously playing for them that is now playing for another team? And is it woke nonsense that a player can't celebrate a goal scored against his old team? Great work with the podcast, guys. What do we think? Are you allowed to clap or boo a player, and are they allowed to celebrate?
Case by case basis. Depends on what terms you've left under.
Yeah, I remember Frank Lampard coming back to Chelsea, playing for Man City, and
That was uncomfortable.
It was uncomfortable. It looked weird. It looked strange, but it happened. And there were a few people around me who were giving him a hard time, and I could not believe what I was witnessing. I could not believe what I was witnessing. Like, how dare you boo that man? Like, he didn't want to leave Chelsea. He's gone to Man
Who got
City.
rid of him?
I don't know, to be honest.
Can't remember now.
But I was disgraced by it. Like, I couldn't believe it. But there are players that have gone, like Courtois, for instance. He was like, he just coated us off. Like this is rubbish, this is rubbish. So when he comes back, I don't mind if that same person boos him. Yeah. But you can't. Yeah, so like Robbie said,
What
case
kind
by
of reaction
case.
does Salah get when he comes back to Stamford Bridge?
People just going, why did we let him go?
Yeah.
He's booing them.
But don't you think though, like when a player, like if you're getting paid by a club, right? They're doing you the duty of paying you. If you score, you should be able to celebrate, don't you? Even if it's against your old club, because they're paying you now. You should be looking after the new fans who are paying you.
I agree, but again, Frank Lampard scored for Man City against Chelsea, and if he'd have gone up to the Chelsea fans, given it big...
No, he should have gone to the City fans and just given it some of that. They're paying him. They're paying him.
I think it depends whether they're at home or away.
case.
If they come back to the
okay.
ground,
I
if they
like
come
that.
back to Stamford Bridge and you
Yeah.
score for the away team, then you'd kind of keep a lid on it, wouldn't
Yeah.
you? But if you're at the home stadium and you score against your former side, then you're not going to go wild, but you've got to play to your home fans now. haven't you?
Do you remember Adebayor?
Yeah.
When he
at
ran the
City.
whole length of the pitch to celebrate in front of these old fans. That is liberties.
But he had a bee in his bonnet, though, didn't
Yeah.
he? It's previous.
Yeah.
Jace, you might have noticed that Robbie here is in a lovely Kaiser Chiefs football shirt from South Africa. He was away. What do you think of that shirt, Joe?
I like the Kappa logo. It's
Yeah.
a good logo.
Yeah, I love
isn't
that,
it?
yeah.
Yeah, it's won back-to-back awards, that logo.
Yes! Love that, Joe. That's brilliant. Not heard that for 20 years, and it's still
Still
good.
valid.
It's still good.
It's still valid.
Still good because it's there. So the Kappa. So South Africa. Tell us about your adventures. Have you got anything to bring to the meeting, Robbie?
Well, I've brought this
Vuvuzela.
authentic Vuvuzela.
Oh, sorry, you're not calling it Vuvuzela.
That's how we say it if you're South African like me.
Vuvuzela.
Vuvuzela.
Okay.
That's it in Zulu. So, yeah, this is a smaller one because I only had hand luggage because I'm too tight to pay for a proper suitcase. So this is the sort of mini-sized one that was out there, but I couldn't find it in a shop, so I ended up having to go to a game at the big stadium in Cape Town. You've been there, haven't you?
Yeah, the cooking pot. Is it called the cooking pot?
It's now
no, I'm thinking of...
Is that the one I went to?
Johannesburg. I'm thinking of Johannesburg. This
one's now called the DHL.
Yeah, big white stadium.
Can I just stop you there? You went all the way to South Africa with hand luggage.
Yeah.
I know.
That's good, isn't it?
That did stick in my mind. I was like, if I'm doing that distance, I want checked luggage as well.
Yeah.
Oh, 3 days.
Why were you only? What was it?
Work.
Influencing. What was your gig?
I was making videos. I made one video to see how many vineyards I could drink in one day.
How much? Are you allowed to say yet? Is the video out?
The video's not out yet. Quite a decent amount. I drank 29 different wines.
Oh,
in one day.
Yeah, they're tasting size. So they're not full-on glasses, but.
And what other video did you do?
I felt like I'd been in a game. The other video was just a general finding out whether Cape Town's good or not because it's one like best.
Oh, I
city.
can tell you, it is.
Oh, spoil the video. You'll have to tune in to find out.
Also, Barcelona's all right as well.
Yeah.
Try that one.
Yeah, but so I thought I'll go to a game because they'll have to sell them there. That's why I bought this shirt. So I looked online. £2.40 it cost me for a ticket to a game. Just bought it.
That's good.
Yeah, really good. It was like a
wouldn't
cup
that be
game.
brilliant?
Last 16 some cup game, which I thought that's exciting. Get towards the end. Turns out there's only 16 teams in it. But it was Stellenbosch v Kaiser Chiefs.
Oh, big game that.
It was big, yeah. So I supported Kaiser Chiefs, as pretty much everyone in the stadium did as well. Really good atmosphere. Some guy let me try, those Makarapa hat things, the construction helmets.
Yeah.
Some guy let me try on that. Which
what is that?
Pretty cool. So they have them. They're like construction helmets that they decorate.
Hard
hats.
hat, yeah.
They decorate them with
cool.
this guy had like a registration number plate on his one.
Why?
They have all that. I don't know. Make
So
it
it could
nice.
be identified in traffic.
Yeah, but I was looking into them afterwards, and apparently, originally they started wearing them because people were throwing so much stuff at games for protection.
Really?
But now it's like quite a big thing there, and every now and then I blow my little vuvuzela, and everyone would come around and cheer.
I can't believe how cheap it is. Wouldn't it be great if ticket prices were that cheap?
No, unreserved seating as well. You sit where you want.
What about the food and drink? Was that cheap as well down there?
It wasn't very. In general, it was
much food
a
or
cheap
drink?
place to go, but there wasn't loads in the ground. I didn't buy anything. They were selling like biltong, sort of dried meat thing as you go around. I've also would say I've never seen so many absolutely hammered people. Some guy fell asleep on my leg at one point because there's no reserved seating. I was on the aisle because I thought I don't know what this is going to be like, so I'm going to be somewhere I can escape if it's not good. But it was actually a lovely atmosphere. And this guy was just sort of sat down in the aisle. And he just sort of fell asleep on my leg for a bit. But no one seemed to react. I was like, I'll just leave him there. So there for like 20 minutes.
They're selling drink in there.
I think he might have had a few before.
I was with a guy. I was talking to a guy who owns a load of pubs just yesterday, and I said, "How's business?" And he goes, "It's hard, as we all know, because it costs so much money." I went out the other day, 2 pints and a packet of crisps. Genuinely, that's what I bought. It was £17.50 in London. I'm like, "What the hell?" And he said,
"Game's gone."
He said, "I've lost the casual drinker." You know when you bump into your mate and go, "Should we go for a couple of pints?" He goes, "Now it's so expensive that people plan to go out for a night out." And he goes, "I've lost that." He says, people come to me for dinner and a drink now.
Ooh, the smart casual drinker.
Smart casual drinker. Yeah, they won't just go, "Joe, should we just go for a couple of pints?" Because everything's... What are we doing? I think we should... Can the PFF get involved in the alcohol trade?
Probably not great for me to do.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, Tubes. Tubes is... Tubes, how are you getting on with your recovering?
Yeah, good.
He does talk about it.
9 years.
Guinness Zero is great.
I'm scared of trying the non-alcoholic stuff.
Why?
I think it will give me the...
Okay.
You're doing all right. Just stick with whatever you're doing. Keep with
coffee.
Because that Guinness Zero does taste exactly
When you
nice.
go out, what do you drink? Water or...
Water or coffee. I'll treat myself to a tango, maybe.
Tango.
Apple?
Apple.
Right, we've got to look at good stuff from football this week, and obviously we've got to talk about, we're all going off to America. Well, we're not going, but we're going to watch it on telly, the World Cup. That's good, isn't it? That's good. That's good for the sport.
Yeah.
Scotland, how did they get on?
Good. Surprisingly good. Like, level on points with top place, beat Greece and Belarus. So, qualification dream is alive.
And Wales can still do it, I understand. Northern Ireland can still do it, potentially.
Don't know.
Ireland, where are Ireland at? I'm not sure.
Not sure, actually.
Not sure. But Cape Verde got... are they the smallest nation to qualify for the FIFA World Cup ever. They've only got 524,000 people, roughly.
Previously it was Luxembourg before now.
Was it?
'Cause I was there at the weekend.
Luxembourgish.
Yeah.
Is that what they speak? Something like that?
Luxembourger.
Luxembourger. But all the press keep on saying that Cape Verde is the same size as Sheffield. Have you seen this?
Wow.
They were doing that. They were saying and I think Sheffield should take that as why don't we go for independence?
Yeah.
And qualify for the World Cup. Brazil v Sheffield.
If I was the mayor of Sheffield, whoever it was, I'd be thinking, let's go for it. Let's go for independence.
If they win, they can parade the trophy around the Meadowhall shopping centre.
And also, it would unite Wednesday and United fans, and they could unite and be happy as one. And all those hills. It might be quite hard to play on the hills. They should put a pitch on the hill. Do you know what I mean? Have you been to Sheffield? Everyone's looking like I'm mental. Has anyone been to Sheffield?
No,
There's lots of. Thank you, Robbie. Thank you very much. Okay. Anyone else seen anything for this week? Lovely things. The only other thing I want to talk about is Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank. I don't actually watch Strictly, but I'm watching the clips. Have you seen him?
He's got some moves. He's got some proper moves.
I don't watch it usually, but I travelled home on Saturday and then I walked through the door and my missus is watching it and I noticed, I was like, wow, that's Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank.
Yes.
And he was busting a groove.
Yeah.
He was really good. Karen Carney's doing really well as well.
Yeah,
She was called the Wizard when she was a player.
Tricky winger.
She's doing. I don't know if about you, but whenever I tune into Strictly, I always support the footballer, whoever it is. When are you doing Strictly?
Never.
Oh, come on.
Magic
come
in them
on.
boots.
Nah, it's not happening. I'm not that good at dancing.
What
I'm not
reality
prepared to dress up in sequin.
What reality are you going to do then?
What, as opposed to SAS?
You present that?
It's not reality.
You'd be good in the jungle, wouldn't you? That's like second nature, isn't it?
Exactly. What's the point?
It's so easy for him, though.
I need to push myself out of my comfort zone,
Right.
and for me, I think it's a chefing.
Oh, Master
one.
Chef.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I interviewed Conor Benn the other day. He was on brunch. And I was talking to him about his fight with Troy Deeney. Just a little sparkle in his eye. He enjoyed it, didn't he? That was on your show, by the way. Troy Deeney, Conor Benn. That fight was immense.
Do you know what annoyed me a little bit about that is that fight went on for about 3.5, 4 minutes, and they were giving it big licks, and Conor had knocked Troy down, but Troy had knocked Conor as well. There was a bit of, and I had to give Conor, because I said it's not boxing, it's milling, it's none of this ducking and weaving, standing toe to toe, giving each other some grief.
Yeah.
So I had a word with him. I said, get back in there, and then they went at it again, and ultimately they both did what we asked. So that's why I said it was a draw.
Right.
They only showed really Conor getting the better of Troy, and then when I said that's a draw, obviously Conor was a little bit upset about it because he's a boxer, and I was like, nah, shut up. I got so much grief.
Did you?
On the old social media, yeah. That was never a draw. And I'm like,
When's Deanie Ben 2?
I know. Well, I was trying to get it lined up just before Eubank Ben.
Yeah.
But I'm not convinced that Eddie's keen on it.
What kind
We'll make it happen. PFF.
Yeah,
Troy's he's a lump, man.
What are we if we can't get Troy Deeney
in here.
fighting?
Yeah.
What are we?
I'm with Eddie Hearn on Friday. I'll have a word.
Have a word.
Conor Benn said to me, though, what was brilliant about it was there was a bit of build-up before it, as in days before it. They'd realised they would probably be fighting each other.
Yeah, so they'd realised that. We didn't know about this at first because there's a lot of their chat that we're not privy to. We're doing other bits and pieces, and one of the producers pulled us to one side. They were like, they're building this fight up.
Yeah,
they're doing their own. They're like
doing their own
doing
PR.
their own. Yeah, exactly. They're trash talking and that. And we're like, and then because we leave what our roles are up to. We're like, you pick which one of us is going to be running a task. Some of them they're set in stone, but the million, anyone can really sort of run it. And they were like, Foxy, we want you to run the million. And I was like, brilliant. So I was like, I'd leave it till the end, and then they're like, you can see the tension building, and you get them out. There's been a few fights, but then the bit that I love more, if the fight's going well and there's some big hits going on, I like watching the other people, like the other celebrities, because they don't like it. You can see them like,
Mate.
shut up, watch the fight.
Right, gents, I'm going to have to stand up now because there's something important to bring to this meeting. We haven't had a motion for a while, and I've got a motion.
As I can see.
He's got a motion.
I've got a motion. The motion is the PFF will support referees, even the rubbish ones. Now, the reason why I bring this up is I don't know if you know Anthony Taylor says his family no longer attends high-profile matches due to the constant barrage of abuse he receives. And I think that is a disgrace, personally. I think it's out of order. If you're insulting referees, you are bang out of order. Brian Clough had a strict policy of respecting referees, instructing his players never to swear at them and to accept decisions without argument. He famously stated, what they do, they do. What they do, we accept, and we take the consequences. Bravo for Brian Clough. His approach was so respected that referees would tell him they loved managing his teams because there was never any trouble. Brian Clough said to John Motson during a 1979 interview, I think what you do to referees is nothing short of criminal. And he was talking about the constant analysis of the decisions. Now, I think the worst two people at this, up for discussion, is probably Fergie and Mourinho.
I mean, there's a lot of managers who give referees.
But those two, they did it before the matches. And I don't think it's right. And I'm just thinking, can you imagine a world where there's no referees? Can you imagine that? Are you imagining?
Chaotic,
I'm not sure whether
It's
Jason.
lawless.
I am imagining.
I was just wondering if you were
I've got strong
asleep.
opinions. No,
Because
I was praying for a world that didn't.
Because I know with the US SAS guys, or SBS guys, Special Force guys, you can sleep standing up. I read it on the internet. Can you sleep standing up?
We can sleep on a chicken's lip.
I started researching this yesterday, right, about you, just like myths with the Special Forces, and they say that the Special Forces have learned to take mini naps.
Yeah.
Do they teach you to
power nap.
Do they teach you to do that, where you're not allowed to get into a deep sleep in case?
I don't think it's the fact that you're not allowed to get into a deep sleep. Sometimes you just grab it when you can. It's part and it's not taught to you, you just do it.
What about the military going to sleep that we're all taught online, where the military they do some sort of funny relaxing breathing exercise and get to sleep in seconds? Are you taught that as well?
No, never been taught.
You want to read the internet, you are.
Isn't there anything about
You don't know anything about Special Forces.
never in.
Read some books. Do you carry your poo around with you? Do you remember that? When you do?
Yeah. But it's in cling film. You do it into the cling film, wrap it up, put it in the top of your
hang
burger.
it from a branch
Even
of a
when
tree.
you're in London.
Yeah.
It's funny that because when we all read that, Andy McNabb's book was the one which that came up. What's that called? Bravo
20.
Bravo
Yeah.
20, and everyone was talking about when they carry their own poo around. Nowadays, you walk down any street and there's Mrs. McHiggins walking around with her dog poo in a bag. It's it's acceptable now to walk around with poo.
It's also, I'd also like to say that it seems to be acceptable to allow your dog to poo on the pavement and just leave it.
Oh,
Just saying, where I am.
People hang it from the branches of trees now, don't they? Which is just
That's not good either.
A dirty pinata.
Back to referees.
Yeah.
Back to referees. What are you thinking?
What am I thinking
Yeah,
about?
what was the motion? We will support refs.
Support refs, yeah. It's a hard job, I think. I mean, we shouldn't be giving them stick, I don't think. I think we should be allowing them to get on with a job that's really hard. If they make mistakes, they make mistakes. I think the PGMO should be better at, trying to make them better at what they do. I think VAR's been an issue. I think that's played into it.
Makes it worse for them.
Yeah, because VAR is like saying, right, we can't afford there to be any mistakes. I think the beauty of the game is there are mistakes by players and by referees. They don't mean to make mistakes. Players don't mean to make mistakes. But that's what humans do, and I think that's the beauty of it. But we're stuck in this limbo where we're trying to make everything perfect, and perfect is rubbish.
The other thing is the more... let's do that. My belief is that you're going to get the wrong people if you keep criticising them. The more we respect referees, the more chance someone goes, I fancy doing that. That'd be brilliant because you get to be on a football pitch every week. But at the moment you think, I'm not doing it. Like a politician, I'm not going to do that. I just get absolute abuse all the time. I think we need to get managers and players to stick up for the refs and stop criticising them. And I think it should be. My motion is the PFF will support refs, even the rubbish ones. All those in favour of supporting all the refs.
Yeah.
Oh, we're unanimous.
But I think they need help.
Yeah.
I think they need help. Yeah.
But very few refs are going to walk on the pitch and not try their hardest, are they? Anyway, listen, we've got to interview Jason to make sure he's suitable to join the BFF. So we've got some good questions for you here. What side would you watch the World Cup final on, BBC or ITV?
I prefer BBC.
Oh, OK. Everyone's split on that one. It's fine. It's fine, though. Roy Keane has been popular on ITV. That's what people...
I do, yeah, but that was what would split me, I'd say. They've got some good personalities. But I like the way it's... Not the way it's presented as in the people.
Right.
The look. I don't know why.
Okay. And the adverts as well.
Next question. Are you a vibe?
Am I what?
A vibe. Do you bring good vibes?
I hope so. Obviously not. I don't know what you mean.
What were the vibes like when you were in the forces? Was there
fun.
Were there?
Yeah, I think I'm sometimes a little bit too jovial. I always have to remind myself and curb it. And
in a dressing room in football stadiums all over the world, there's someone who comes in with some music and is in charge of the vibes. Is that the same in the forces? Do you have people bring in the?
You have your own music, really. It's sort of like a little bit insular, but yeah, there's people that will put on some music.
But we saw the films, the Vietnam films. Everyone comes along and has a sing-along.
That was in the 60s and 70s.
Oh,
And a film.
That was before earphones.
Oh, right, okay.
But the vibe, going back to the vibe thing, I am on SAS. I am told by producers to stop mucking around and be angry, shout more. Can you not make fun of that person and be more angry at them? Okay. Yeah, so I'd like to think I'm the vibe. Yeah.
Did you enjoy being in the forces?
I loved it. Yeah. Yeah, I really did.
Watch games when you're on deployment?
Yes.
Premier League?
Yeah. We used to, not the early deployments, not so much because the infrastructure wasn't there, but as the campaigns developed, they sort of got Wi-Fi and all that sort of stuff came in. One of the games I can remember playing, I can't remember what it was for, but it was, I don't know why it sticks out of my head, but it was Liverpool were playing Luton. And it was at Luton, and it must have been a cup game of some description. And the ball went off, and Gerrard went to get the ball, and the Luton fan was a kid, and he was like handing it to him, and then he went like that.
Pulled it back.
And did that. Do you remember that? It was like, must have been 05, 06 sort of time. But it was, I don't know, that sticks in my head as one of the games that I remember seeing out there.
When you're in the forces, is it like football? Is there a point when you realise my legs have gone? How do you get retired, as it were?
My head went. That's why they retired me. Right. So yeah, they do invalid you out if you've.
Sorry, just to let anyone know, the listeners and everything, you famously left because of PTSD.
I got medically discharged.
Which is all in your book, and it's really worth reading because it's a fantastic book. Yeah.
But people do get medically discharged for knees, back. Yeah. That sort of thing. But also the other thing is, it's not the bit that it's not like football is you promote through the ranks, you become more desk bound.
Right. Okay.
I never got to that level. I never become desk bound, which is probably a blessing in disguise. But you can become more desk bound. So you could, like the players that become managers.
Are you taught to fist fight in the SS?
Yeah, you do it. Yeah,
SBS.
You do. You get taught a lot of unarmed combat. You do it within the groups, the squadrons. You muck in. We used to go on we had quite a few of us that were into like unarmed combat. So we set up a little dojo when we went away once. And like every time that we had the opportunity to do it, we'd get amongst it, a bit of sparring, rolling around. The blokes were going out on the ground then with black eyes, broken noses, and the head shed, the hierarchy were like, right, you've got to fucking stop doing that.
Yeah. So when you're looking at Troy Deeney fighting Conor Benn, are you thinking, there's a few moves you could do here? Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay.
We're actually, the four of us that do the show, we're like, right, we've got some tasty characters on this. What if something happens here, and here? We're like, well, we'll take him down.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Could you knock out Conor Benn?
With a bat?
Ever done any paintballing? Yeah.
Are you well
Yes,
good at it?
I'm embarrassed to say that I have, because there was me and a few lads decided for some reason on a weekend that we had spare. This is a few years ago now. We were like at a loose end. Should we just go and do a bit of paintballing? So there's 4 of us rocked up, and there's like loads of people. And we ended up, we were like, right, we'll do this properly. We're going to, like, once we go into the sort of zone, we're going to do fire and manoeuvre, take cover, all this. And we ended up doing a proper assault on this dug-in position.
A bunch of 13.
Yeah. Literally stood over them, like literally showered them. They were like crying and everything.
Out of ammo, smashing their heads in.
Like a scene from Platoon.
Did you put all the camo on as well?
Mate. We don't need to, because you're masked up anyway. But we were crawling, we were going into the ditches and rivers and stuff. And proper. It was. We sort of were a little bit embarrassed about it, but it was such a good feeling.
And I think we're nearly at the end here, but what's your service station snack of choice? Have you got one of those?
I'm going to have to go with something that's been around for a while. It served me well in the military, the rollover.
Oh, yeah.
If they've got them.
What's a rollover?
Sausage rollover.
What's a rollover?
It's a hot dog.
You put the things in.
Yeah, no, they don't do it like that anymore.
Oh, they're not? Oh, they change it.
No, it's
Mixed up,
changed.
yeah.
It's all bagged up, good to go, but they're still as good. But what they used to do is you'd have baguettes. It was quickly for the person behind the counter to do. They'd get a baguette, they'd have a spike. They'd spike the baguette, feed the sausage in, off you went. The rollover. But they used to serve them in the naffies, the shops on camp around all the different military bases around the UK. You'd go in on, like, you'd have like we used to have a break in between breakfast and lunch, where you've done all whatever you're doing, in the morning period, called a stand easy. That was like a half-hour break. You'd go into the naffy, order a rollover.
2 more questions. Are Arsenal going to win the league?
I don't want to jinx it, but they've got a good opportunity to, and to be quite honest, they probably need to. Whether they do or not is a different matter, because there's a load of other teams that are battling for it. If they can, I think they need to find some fight, some
Bit of steel.
as in they're good enough, but I feel like they don't believe in themselves sometimes. I feel like they get. Yeah.
And final question, why should we let you join the PFF?
I think you need beefing up.
Yeah, definitely.
What?
As in, I feel like you need just a slightly bigger guy, just in case it all kicks off.
Yeah.
I'm happy to be there to
We
look
are quite
after you.
weak and pathetic.
Yeah.
Not that. No, I didn't mean it like that.
No, we are.
But it's not about. It's not
Yeah.
about physical stature.
Yeah.
It's more about the way you think.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we need that as
mentally
well,
we're weak and
No, I don't mean. I didn't mean it like that as well.
I think I'm mentally and physically weak.
Yeah. No debate.
Right, we'll have a vote. Who thinks Jason should join the PFF?
100%.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay.
Big fan.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Jason, you
Appreciate
get your
it.
T-shirt. Thank you so much
Do
for
I
being
really?
here.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
get
Oh, wow.
your
Welcome,
PFF
Jason.
T-shirt. Welcome.
Welcome.
Look after it.
I will.
Robbie, do you want to quickly run through the minutes? What did we learn today?
Yep, just finishing them off. Okay, so Tim, Joe, Robbie and Tubes were all here. Tim brought Jason in. Foxy said he'd been chased by a bear. Robbie shared some cool nicknames. Tim said he wants us all to call him Lovejuice from now on. Tubes talked about characters. I'd been to South Africa. Tim proposed we support referees, which was passed. Foxy said he brought good vibes and said that we were weak and pathetic.
Another successful meeting. Another successful meeting. Thanks, mate. Top man.
Cheers, man.
Thank you.
Thanks very much. Yeah, appreciate it. No, I'm so honoured.
We are the people's front of football.